Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. We are going to have a blast, and in other words, I am going to have a blast reading this. So, this is a Medium post by Mary Camacho. She also posted this on Twitter, and it is a no hype video. Now, many of you guys know already, I do not hype up Holochain. I am a big, huge fan. I do believe that it's going to be great. But in hype, she's talking in terms of marketing. It's okay to be excited about something, but now she's talking about marketing, and we're going to get right into this because I actually do have a lot to say about this, and I think there's a disconnect between hodlers, people who hold the hot token, early adopters, and then also day traders and new people who just got in the market. So who just got in the crypto market and have no idea what the hell's going on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. It says no hype, Holo's global adoption strategy. Says we get a lot of feedback from the wider community. One of the most common complaints, especially from crypto hodlers, is that we do not do enough marketing. Now, I will say this: there are a lot of hodlers that really don't understand the entire everything about Holochain. Similarly to me, because I don't understand everything, but I do understand a lot of it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. In the beginning, I'm like, there's no marketing, blah, 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 blah. I went on and on and on. Like, you guys, oh man, this was a while back. I actually deleted those videos a while back. These are a long time ago. But I had just got into the market. I was just understanding Holochain, and I didn't really understand it to the level that I needed to really understand what was going on. There was not a lot of information out there, which we're going to talk about in a second here, because one of the biggest issues that a lot of people are having right now is that there's so many questions that need to be answered, right? But those questions that need to be answered should not be numbers as far as where the hot token is going to be. These questions should be exactly what is hot, what is hollow fuel, swaps, all of these things. And we have a lot of information on YouTube and a lot of people who have talked about it. But at the same time, we really like to hear things from the horse's mouth, which is why it was important to have that AMA, the last AMA. And it's not just because the last AMA wasn't there. It doesn't mean that, Holochain, Holo has fallen off the bridge. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to read more. Okay. All right. So says, I call bullshit. I don't tend to cuss, but marketing before your product is available is a recipe for disaster. Holo is not a hype company. We are in this for the long haul. We are a real enterprise doing the work to build and deliver the infrastructure applications that will power a distributed hosting platform for peer-to-peer applications. This may not sound electrifying, but it does address a real need because blockchains cannot get it all done. Some of the benefits of blockchains, such as the supposed decentralization, transparency of transactions, and data integrity provided by validated transactions, are not worth the energy costs involved. We know this because of the gap between promises and what has been delivered to the larger world. While the business world has taken note of blockchain because of the hype, it will not get all the innovation value in the long term simply because blockchains are inefficient. And by the way, a couple of video games, a couple of videos I mentioned ago, I don't know if you guys remember, I stated that there is that blockchain has been out for 9 to 10 years. And it's kind of weird that, not weird, but Bitcoin has been out, about 9 to 10 years. And hardly no one really understands it. Well, nobody really understands it because it hasn't been adopted. Well, why hasn't it been adopted? And by the way, it's been adopted a lot. It has been making a groundbreaking progress, right? But why aren't a lot of these projects moving forward? Why isn't it like immediately within like governments and all of this? And then the simple answer is this: is because of the fact that it doesn't really solve it solves a lot of financial um, um, problems, but it really doesn't solve a lot of the other problems. Although I will say that blockchain voting, that does solve a real world issue. But again, where is the adoption, right? So blockchain has been out for a while. And then we also have a lot of projects out there in which, and I can name a lot of them because I've been following the crypto space for a while. And I will tell you, I've heard about them. They talked about how they had this, they were with that, and then or this company, and then they fell on their face. They fell on their face, and things fell apart. So let's continue reading. So back to the marketing. Holo has an adoption strategy, which is a long-term proposition. When companies like Microsoft and Amazon, yes, the behemoth that many of you hope that we can eventually topple, which they will, lost the vast majority of their value after the dot-com bust. They did not go under. That is because they had focus and flexibility. They knew that what they were building had real demand and real potential. They along with other notable organizations like StubHub, who incorporated the in the month prior to the first crash in 2000, succeeded not because of their marketing spin, but because they focused on the real needs of their customers. The companies that played into the hype and spent millions on marketing campaigns and splashy parties are the ones who disappeared. These companies wasted their resources before they had a product and they failed. This is very true. Now, I want to talk a bit about the global market adoption strategy for Holo now. It's all about Holochain. Holo is a marketplace for hosting Holochain applications. Nothing matters more for Holo's success than people learning how to build and then building on Holochain applications that can and will be hosted on Holo. So here's what we will be doing to build long-term success. And by the way, I love this. I understand that there's a lot of frustrations between a lot of the investors out there. So if you're an investor, like I said, I've even stated it before, there's frustrations on my part. If I personally believe that if you cancel an AMA, I want to know why you canceled the AMA. It doesn't have to be anything major. It could be like, hey, we had some scheduling issues. Sorry, you guys, big post out there. We'll get back to you guys later, or we'll schedule it another time. I really appreciate it. Move forward. But no, when nothing is said, what we get is all of these rumors and all of this other bullshit about Holochain falling off the map and people not, people getting fired. Who knows what's going on out there? But that's what I mean by communication. So there has to be proper communication there. Not that let me tell you something, you guys. You guys don't understand how early you are in this project. This project is super duper. This is early adopter type stuff, okay? So you have to understand that we are super duper early. And obviously, looking at the crypto market right now, I want Holochain to have their product out before they go out and do things, because we have things like Dogecoin and Dogecoin, whatever you want to call it, and we have other projects out there that are not that has no utility whatsoever, and the only utility that it has is transferring value on a blockchain. That is it. Okay, that's not really solving real world issues and real world problems, things that that Bitcoin can do already. So the reason why I believe Miss Mary is hyped up about this is due to the fact that a lot of people don't understand that there is that they're super early. Now, what I will say is this: there are again, like I said, there are early adopters as well, right? So people who are early adopters who bought Holo ports, they have frustrations because they put money into, they bought Holo ports. They have, they paid $1,000 for a Holo port plus, or however much it is, and then 500 or 600, however much it is for the regular Holo ports, and then some of them bought nanos because they're like, hey, I don't know if this project is going to work or not. So we have these three different things in which people have really truly invested and believe in a company. And yes, there should be some frustrations there, but I will submit to you this. For many of you guys, and I'm gonna continue reading this, but I'm just gonna say this. For many of you guys who say, and there's a difference between marketing, right? So there's a difference between marketing, because I believe that a lot of people in the crypto space, they don't want marketing. I believe they want I believe they're using marketing in a different term as far as getting yourself out there and being known of what you are. And I believe that that's the type of marketing. Now, I believe that Ms. Mary here is talking about an educational type of marketing where you have a marketing team where you're going out, you're trying to bring people in and different things like that. And I also, there's a budget when it comes to marketing, which we're going to talk about that as well. But I just want to let you guys know that I believe that many people have a misunderstanding of what exactly marketing really truly is, and then also understand where this article is coming from when it talks about marketing. We're going to continue on reading right now. Okay. Contracting, so they're talking about what they're going to do for the long-term success. Contracting one of the best security review teams in the world to provide the security audit of Holochain and Holo technology. Ensuring that when we go live, U.S. customers, is that U.S. customers or us customers? Wow, I think that's U.S. Wow. U.S. customers can purchase HOT at exchanges so they can participate in the Holo ecosystem. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about. Again, you guys know how, if you're in the United States of America, you all know how difficult it is to get HOT. And obviously, we're hoping that they go live really soon. The price of where it is right now, you guys don't understand. A lot of U.S. customers, it's not like Ethereum or Bitcoin or anything that's just listed on easily, where people who want to get involved can easily just go ahead, get involved, purchase XRP. Well, not even XRP anymore because it got delisted. I'm not sure if it got listed back on Coinbase or not yet, but it will be. But Ethereum or Bitcoin. But the thing is, this is very difficult. The next thing, providing self-service access to developer materials such as API documentation, delivering developer resources and programs that are available 24/7, supplying a lot of sample code that's simple to try out, providing quality tech support specific to developer issues with quick turnaround. Now, the huge tech support is a huge thing. It's gigantic because by the way, if right now they're trying to bring in developers and encourage those to build on top of Holochain. I'm not sure whether they're still using Rust or not, but the point is, I believe it is. But the fact of the matter is that when you have issues, you guys have to understand what's going on when you're talking about tech support, because tech support isn't a bunch of tech geeks in a computer area just answering calls. It's really people who, and it's not just the tech geeks, it's people, it's customer service, right? Because you really, and it says with quick turnaround. You don't want to send an email. You guys know how it is with Coinbase right now, right? I mean, even back in the day, oh man, back in the day, I had to email Coinbase. I mean, I might get something a day or two later, or maybe even 3 days later. And then they'll ask me what exactly the problem is. And then I get back to them, and then I don't hear nothing from them for a while. That cannot happen when it comes to tech support, right? So when someone has an issue, especially for developers, and they need to work something out, they need to have somebody to talk to. Well, again, you have to have the proper communication for that, which means you got to have phone lines, which means you got to be able to, you got to have the budget and a person to create those phone lines. But also, not only that, but you also have to have schedules as well, right? So scheduling techs to be able to help those with tech problems is also an issue as well. So there's a whole line of things that go on when it comes to business administration for that. So anyway, moving forward. What we have been doing these past months while we've been quiet about our adoption strategy is working to build out our foundations. We've outlined plans for content, completed developer segmentation analysis, defined developer journeys and value propositions, set ourselves up to be in a continuous learning process through analytics and user research, and we've also built up a cohesive core community. Moving into full binary release for Holochain will mean more content, more meetups, more dev camps, more programs, more videos, more clear community guidelines, and more tools, all of which will directly lead to growing the capacity for developers to build apps. Now, it says in the coming weeks and months, we have announcements planned that will touch aspects of our websites, educational programs, and online communities. We have plans for hosts, developers, and the end users of peer-to-peer apps. We also are going to promote and support the accomplishments of the projects building on Holochain. And when the time comes, we will promote the learning programs and the projects that will catalyze the foundations and infrastructure of the entire ecosystem. We have strategies for global PR and for localized community growth. We will walk before we run. We will learn from the programs we launch, and we will automate for scale when the programs are hugely successful. That sums it up. Look for new updates and announcements later this week. Mary. So again, I really do personally appreciate her response. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it up right here. What she quoted or what she said on Twitter. She says, "I call bullshit. Businesses that succeed are focused, flexible, and they stay the course. They don't waste their budgets marketing too early." Now, again, I do agree with that. When you start marketing early, how many times have we all heard about adoption plans and partnerships and things that we either know or don't know, or we don't know what's going on, and the project hasn't necessarily been successful, right? And there's a lot of projects, man. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do this for you guys, because usually, sometimes I use my phone to make videos, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to top 300, and I guarantee you there's at least one project, that was thought to really take off. All right. So between 200 and 300. Let's check it out, right? All right. So here we are, between 200 and 300 right now. Let's see here. I didn't know there was a rap B&B. Interesting. All right. So, let's see here. I know there's one. I'm gonna find you. There's Ecomi, but that's new. A lot of these are new. I'm talking about the ones that are older. Let's see here. Hedge trade. Is that Ampleforth? Up. That's one. Oh man, Electronium. Do you guys, if for some of you guys that don't know, do you guys remember Electronium? Like, I think I downloaded an app of Electronium when it first came out or whatever, and I thought it was going to be the next huge thing. Now, I didn't invest in it, but I thought it was very interesting. It could still be interesting, but you guys can see here that if it's number 228, it was up there before. If it's 228, how many people would have jumped out just because they thought it was going to be great and then it fell down, or that the price fell down? People are falling down, not even knowing exactly what's going on with the technology. You guys have no idea what's going on in the background. Okay. And again, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is, if I recall correctly, you guys know that I talk about Nucleus Vision, how that was an epic fail for me. And again, Nucleus Vision was one of those, we have partnerships with S, Y, and Z and Papa John's and all this other good stuff. And what has happened to it? Nothing. It's falling straight on its face. Nothing. And so again, it's very, very easy to fall into the trap of believing in hype. And that's what most people are involved with now. Even here in America, people are involved in hype. Why? Because the hype is bringing in money, but they don't really understand it's the fundamentals. It's the technology and you guys know I say this all the time. It's all about technology. It's all about technology. Investing in technology is what is going to help you move forward. Now, I know many of you guys out there, you're saying, well, Charles Hoskinson. Look here, I don't want to hear nothing about Charles Hoskinson because number one, me personally, this is just me personally, I like the Cardano project. I do. I like what they are trying to do. I like what they're implementing. There's only so many problems that blockchain can solve, but I do like it, right? So, but I will say him as an individual is a horrible example for a mouthpiece because he's like I said, I've stated this before. He's like one of those little nerds on a playground or on a basketball court. And he's like, well, what's going on? And then he goes crying because nobody picked him up on the team. And then he goes and buys up the whole entire NBA. And then he's like, moving his glasses up and down, like, see what happened, see what I did. Now you work for me type of thing. So I like him and everything, but he doesn't seem like he has great communication skills when it comes to the people. I do believe that he has a great product. I do believe that it's going to go far. I don't like him as a person, but that's just me personally. That has nothing to do with any kind of professionalism whatsoever, and I probably shouldn't be saying it, but I'm saying it anyway. Now, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to talk about another project that I recently heard an interview on, which is Hetero Hashgraph. And a lot of you guys have told me, oh, well, Hetero Hashgraph, it's not, because I made a review video on Hetero Hashgraph, and they said, oh, it's fully decentralized. No, it's not fully decentralized. The people that they have a council of 39, they're going to have up to 39 members. And a lot of these 39 members are all part of huge organizations like Boeing and maybe Amazon and some of the others. And it's like, yo, if they're going to be part of these council members that control exactly how things are going to operate within Hetero Hashgraph, that is called centralization, people. Just throwing it out there. Boop. All right, moving forward. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video because you guys know when I start ranting, I can go on forever. But my whole point is, you guys, is as I stated before, calm down. Calm down when it comes to Holo. Please don't spread rumors. Try to get your information from the source. And again, I go back to even what I stated before. That's the issue right there, is getting the information from the source. So if we have to tell, if not me, we, as if our mom's there, but if Holo have to tell people, hey, you guys, look, just chill out. Everything's going to be okay. This is what happened, X, Y, and Z. We'll get you guys the news and all of that. Or even if they had every single Monday or every single, being consistent with communication, I do believe that will help out a lot about the hype. And a lot of the hodlers, really true hodlers, and I mean people who hold their Holo, no matter what, like myself, like many others, we understand that this is a long-term project. And yes, in the crypto community, and I have to say crypto community because obviously hot token is listed on the crypto exchange, but in a crypto community, we have to understand, yes, things can pop off really quick. You guys saw what happened to Dogecoin, and that's just the meme coin. We don't even want to get started with things that actually is backed by something real. So please be careful out there. As I always say, I'm going to end it right there, but as I always say, do your own research, and last but not least, my friends, above all else, stay safe out there. Bye, you guys.